Now, when I speak to people and tell them I'm a software developer, in nearly 9 cases out of 10, they say, oh, you mean you do CRMs? Now, although CRMs are an important product of software development, they represent just a small part of the role software may play in a modern business. So in business, particularly small businesses, I thought it would be a good time to talk a little bit about what kind of problems a software developer might be able to help you solve. Let's just jump into these 7 reasons. So, reason 1. So you may have a system and it has errors in it. So you've got broken links or functionality that just doesn't work, or perhaps it was working perfectly, but problems appeared because you did a Windows or a browser update. Second reason is you may have information flowing through your application or database, and it has errors or inconsistencies, such as your data may be incomplete or yield contradicting information depending upon where you read it. It may be confusing formats like US date format in one place and UK in another, which is going to be annoying for your users. You could also have an application which is probably not as secure as it could be. Maybe you're relying on simple passwords because it's a legacy application. You may be exposing data during transmission, or you may your application may be vulnerable to hacking using some of the many tools which are now freely available on the internet. Lastly, you may have a problem with performance on your application. So it might not be running as smoothly as possible. Perhaps it's showing timeouts from time to time and basically frustrating your users. So the second reason you may want to talk to a software developer is you want to enhance the security, as we already mentioned. So there's possible improvements you can make in authentication or authorization to the application itself or to the database. You may want to lock down certain parts of your data, so it's only available to certain privileged users. You may also want to look at the data transmission, making sure it's secured. You may want to look at encryption when it is stored, as well as addressing other vulnerabilities, such as injection attacks from hackers. Also mentioned speed. You may want to optimize your databases, improve screen loads time, or interaction with other systems which your application needs to talk to. And the user experience. So this is principally a domain of UX designers, but an experienced developer can help you point out potential issues, which will make your application easier to navigate, make it easier for your users to spot and correct errors, and obviously give the information which your users need when they need it and in a form that makes sense. Third reason is you want to capture data. Sometimes you just need a process by which data can be efficiently and reliably captured. So you want to make it easy for your users to enter and update information. A recent project I did was for GDPR, where we just needed to capture user consent in an auditable and reportable way, so it could be used further downstream for marketing activities. Spreadsheets. Many small businesses start out recording their activities on spreadsheets, but as the business matures, you may want to import this data into a more secure and resilient format, such as a proper database, or you may have business partners who are giving you data in various file formats, and you want to import those into your own database. You may have some rules which you want to apply to the data as you're storing it. These things could be as simple as validating email addresses, or you, for example, many of you might have seen when you're filling in an application and you put in an address and you've only been there for fewer than 6 years, you may be prompted then to add additional addresses. So that kind of processing a software developer can help you with. And there's no point in capturing data and then not doing anything with it. So one of the, obviously, the uses of data once you've got it is to generate reports, to improve operational efficiency. The more you know about your business, your customers, your suppliers, the better you can respond. And obviously you can identify trends which allow you to react earlier or preempt changes to your business conditions. Batch processing or on-demand processing. Yeah, you can set a reminder to run algorithms on your data, or a scheduler which perhaps performs certain activities on your data from time to time. A recent example is I wrote a scheduler for a document archiving system, which was executed every hour, which basically moves the data into an archive system and frees up the data in your existing database. The other reason is you want to do extracts for your business partners or other areas of your business. And these things will either extract data from your database into Excel or CSV formats or other sorts of formats as well. Another reason you might want to talk to a software developer is you want to share data. So you want to securely move data, making parts of your data available to partners or customers without compromising on security or overexposing your valuable data. You may want to integrate your bespoke systems with another system, either within your business, a partner business, or a popular software provider, such as a CRM system or ERP or bookkeeping software, credit reference agencies, and so on. Lastly, you may want to, instead of pushing data to your partners, you may want to give them an opportunity to pull data when they need, as they see fit. And that is basically creating an API. What is an API? For those of you who don't know, it's basically a type of web application that is designed for machine-to-machine communication, whereas a website is generally optimized for machine-to-human communication. So it's designed for data exchange without the need for considering what the data looks like. Sixth reason, you want to automate a process. So data often must move through several stages to bring about some sort of outcome. So a customer contacts you through a website, may get assigned an inquiry and saved inquiry number and saved in a database, which then gets transferred to a service manager application. Or an online application for finance may have several stages of underwriting and credit checking before it is accepted or rejected. If you have a business requiring monitoring, such as manufacturing process or service desk, you can build systems that can monitor key metrics and act when thresholds are breached. So a process could be coordinated by human interaction. So the system generates an error and a person evaluates it and then pushes a button, which basically starts some sort of remedial activity. On the other hand, it could be fully automated. So you get an alert, but the machine's already taken care of the situation. You can think of this as a bit like central heating in your home, where you can control it via a schedule or via a thermostat or both. Once correctly configured, of course, automated processes will run without intervention and repeat tasks. And unlike a human being, they won't get bored, cranky, fall ill, take breaks, or make mistakes. And lastly, AI, or cognitive services, as it's known in the Microsoft Cloud, use machine learning. It can act on various complex scenarios, considering lots of different variables. Reason 7, you just have a brilliant new idea, an idea for a new business or a new activity, and you want some help putting it into practice. You need something completely new software-wise to support you. You can also give your business a fresh lick of paint software-wise by creating a new front-end application without changing your underlying database of processes. You can actually integrate new functionality into an existing system, or you could replace a tired old desktop application with a web application, all working with the same data as before. And finally, you may want to migrate your existing applications to the cloud and take advantage of the scalability, reliability, and redundancy which you get from cloud applications. And those are the 7 reasons. So you want to fix errors, improve existing software, capture information, process information, share information, automate processes, or you just want to do something completely new or renew an existing application. These are just 7 broad areas which may trigger your memory or imagination as to issues that may affect your business or that of someone you know. There are, of course, several different reasons why you might seek the advice of software developers, but these are just 7 which I thought I'd talk about today. Software developers generally have skills that bridge different applications or target systems, and it's always a good idea to ask. And that's me. Thank you very much.